It truly is it, the final battle. Hello everyone, it's SK95. Welcome back to more Okami HD, the finale. Last time we completed all the exorcisms of every single one of these demons. And this time, no, we're going to be climbing up. But first, I want to deactivate that mat later, but for now, let us go. Marco, Okami Amaterasu. Just being able to see you with my own eyes. I can't tell you how much joy it brings me. It pains me that I cannot remain with you until the end. But I know that you won't let us down. Now I must join the others, but I will never forget you and how we used to play in the fields of our homeland. I pray that you will always shine bright, Amaterasu. And now Marco has passed. It's finally time to confront the ultimate evil. There you are, Amaterasu. I thought I could handle this before you arrived, but it seems I have met my match. This brings back memories, Majari. Remember when we faced Orochi together on the celestial plane? Behold, is shrouded in darkness, but make no mistake. This is none other than Yami, the evil ruler of darkness. It was he who slew the Celestials on board this very ark, and brought misfortune upon the land of mortals. Of course, it's too dark to see his true form now. And so it begins. The dreaded day of darkness is upon us. In Japanese mythology, a solar eclipse is known back then as a day of darkness. The ruler of the darkness itself, Yami! Distorted time and space brings about this phenomenon. This ill-fated day only occurs once every 100 years. Nobody, not even the gods, has the power to stop it. Still, I shall stand firm and fight this battle. For it was I who brought the Ark of Yamato to the Celestial Plane, but I was oblivious to the evil that lurked in its depths. I caused the death of countless innocent Celestials and brought a curse upon the land of mortals. However, I cannot reset my actions, nor undo the past. Amaterasu. Orochi can only be defeated with the power of the Chosen One. That's what I told you, and you waited for me without question. You waited patiently in this land of mortals. You waited for the day that Nagi, the Chosen One, was born. You believed in me despite knowing that I count myself among the ranks of the accursed Moon Tribe who had escaped from the lunar realm. I was deeply moved by your earnest spirit. That is why my faith in you has not waned since that fateful day when we engaged Orochi in battle side by side. Amaterasu, you must return to the Celestial Plane. You must do so in order to bring peace to this world. Time for some payback. We may be out of our powers, but we still can fight. So, Yami's first form has a lot of variety, but right now, if we hit it enough times, at least 7, we will get ourselves the first of the Celestial Brush technique back. You get them back after you beat them up enough. This is the power of rejuvenation. The power bestowed upon us by Yomigami, God of Restoration. Destruction will cause it to immediately return it back. By the way, we got our celestial abilities back with our rejuvenation, as well as our divine instrument, which means we can finally start dealing damage to Yami normally. After all, the celestial brush techniques are technically a great idea. There it goes, my damage. And we had enough damage to force it into a daze. There's a cutoff point whenever this happens, but we finally got our second brush technique back. This is the power of Power Slash. God of Tachigami, the Power Slash God, gave us this ability as our second power brush tip. Of course, it has been a mainstay since the series, and it's one of the best abilities we have. Knock these missiles back, deal enough damage to Yami, and we'll be good. And stunned, Power Slash again. It's also been hit enough times to force itself to drop another power. This is Green Sprout, the power bestowed upon us by 3 separate brush gods of the flora. Bloom, the main ability, will force Yami's core to open up, revealing its true body, and we can start wailing the crud out of it. Let's keep wailing on Yami and make him pay. Alright, Power Slash, that finishes up the first form. So yeah, you're only going to be using Bloom for this fight, not really Water Lily, and definitely not Vine. Transforms into its second form, which is on fire, which is actually worrying because it now has access to Inferno and water abilities. That is not exactly a pleasant thing. Unfortunately, since we don't have Water Spout, we can't exactly cause it to put out fire. When it stops moving, it will actually perform a few different variety of actions. Smack enough times. Oh geez, it's acting like a snake. Eh. Alright, there we go. Daze it once more, and it pops out another power like an egg. The Hamigami Trio gave us a previous ability, but now we got access to the next brush technique, Cherry Bomb, a technique we've used in the past to cause massive damage. So let's use it on the dang Yami and blow this thing up. Unfortunately, I'm not exactly doing a good job, but whatever. When you blow it up, it will actually cause it to, well, break apart instantly and will actually do a lot of damage. This gives us plenty of opportunity to Power Slash it, do a bunch of other things. However, Power Slash is not exactly as accurate as it may appear because if you hit the wrong target, it cancels out all the damage. You gotta be careful if you don't be on Yami's body in order when doing this, and doing enough damage will force it to drop another power. The next brush technique is one that relates to the opposite element of us. Yumigami's technique. Actually, no, that's not Yumigami. That's the Origami technique. I was wrong about that. Well, I was going in order based on what techniques you found, but technically speaking, you can go in any order, but Water Spout technically will put out the fire, forcing it down in 3 days. Use a Cherry Bomb afterwards in order to blow it up. Of course, we're not getting any sort of dang divine protection right now, so we're going to have to be careful. We got to climb on top of his body in order to get actual hits off. All right, there we go. Let's start smacking Yami's real body. There we go. He got yellow back again. I was hoping for Godhood again. Yep. Okay, we're good. Drops another power. Now it finally dropped the ability I was expecting. Man, it couldn't do the order I was not expecting, but I guess maybe the order I grabbed it instead. This is the power of Crescent, the ability granted us by the Moon God. Now, if you draw a crescent moon in the sky, Susano comes in and saves the day by cutting Yami in half. Man, that's hilarious. So, second phase done. It is next phase is the third phase. The third phase is probably one of the phases you're going to be having a pain in the neck time miss, because guess what? Let's go gambling. It's a slot machine, pretty much. Now, there's techniques you're going to have to avoid. However, you can't exactly use wind on it, so you're going to have to use power slash in order to knock back certain attacks. Enemy symbols mean that they're going to throw rocks at you, so be careful and keep an eye out where you're getting hit. They'll cause an explosion of curse energy, which, of course, will mean that if you'll take heavy damage if you're not careful. Alright, there we go. That's enough of the attack. However, we're still trying to do some damage. We can't exactly do any hits right now. Let's force it again to wait. And it's doing hits again. If you knock back attacks, by the way, you can force it to take damage. It actually means that on certain occasions, once you reach certain hit points of damage, oh, Jesus, bomb. Ow! I'm gonna need healing, and my God, we're back up. You know, I just realized that there goes gold dust, and I didn't even fix the dang last. I'm an idiot. The third one, no matter what, will always give you the Yami symbol, which means it drops the actual breath technique you want back. You return the power of Galestorm, given us by Kazegami, God of Wind. Using Galestorm will force all the fire away from you. Pretty much, it's a very good ability to deal fire attacks. And it looks like it's on the symbols again, which means you did way too much damage. I'm pretty sure that means too much damage. I don't do it on purpose, but I can't complain. With that done, the next brush skill is now ours. The power after Galestorm would have to be Inferno, granting us the ability to use fire no matter where it is. Let's use Inferno on the ice. There we go, we're good. Now we actually escaped that. Okay, we're back to normal square one. Well, that's actually good. That's HP. And stupid Yami. Oh no, fire, whatever shall I do? Inferno. Wind. Alright, that's a lot of damage. I think it's about to go to... No, it's not. Excuse you. There we go. That did it by accident. This time I know for a fact it's not guaranteed if it doesn't show symbols first. But I am very glad to have this power, because after Inferno is the power that is the weakness of the third phase. This is the Veil of Mist technique. If you use Veil of Mist during this fight, it will actually mean that you heal HP. If you use Veil of Mist, a spirit of our friend Himiko appears. Wait for it, wait for it. I said wait for it. Gotta do it in order. Wait for it, and do Veil of Mist again. Wait, there we go. There we go. And I missed it by one. Not exactly the most pleasant thing. Yami's symbol appears only once. However, if you do enough hits to it, it will actually deal enough damage in order to knock down Yami. Yami's just so confused, like, why the heck is this happening to me? So, yeah, I didn't exactly get the symbols I wanted, but if you get all three, if I can do it right. And... oh, no. Well, that sucks. Okay, Yami. And then he keeps shooting you until you're dead. Okay. Almost killed him in the third phase. Alright, let's try this again. And wait. Now. Wait for it. Wait. The third one always goes faster. There we go. Level 3. Hitting all 3 symbols knocks it down entirely. Smack. Ends the third phase entirely. So next is the 4th phase, which is probably the one you're going to struggle the most. And I'd recommend having your Godhead at max when you do this. Speaking of which, I'm just going to do this to get out of my system. I don't know why I didn't do this before, but whatever. But it's turned into a robot that had trouble standing up and has whips. You cannot deal damage to this robot until you get access to Thunderstorm again. So, yeah, not exactly good. So, yeah, we're not exactly doing much damage. Nice try. Yeah, it does hop attacks. If it's too far away, it will actually start hopping. Let's just actually smacking it. Alright, there we go. We hit enough times to force its butt to open up and actually reveal a Celestial Brush technique. Unfortunately, this technique's not going to exactly have much worth in this fight because it's actually known as a technique of Catwalk. Unless you need healing, you're not going to need this. Trust me on this. Watch. Okay, there we go. Just gonna show it off. You get a golden peach no matter what on each one of these symbols, so that's why you have extra lives. Can't exactly do anything about this yet. Gotta wait the Thunderstorm, of course. If you're having trouble getting nearly hit by attacks, the strategy is obvious. Veil of Mist is busted. Hitting up times to the sub-level will actually force Yami to fall down and actually leave itself completely vulnerable to being hit. Of course, this means it finally pops out another one of the brush techniques. Now that Okami was done last, and now it is finally time for the 12th power. Gekigami bestowed upon this power back in Oni Island. Thunderstorm, which means you can finally affect it normally. This is like Ninetales all over again. Zap. And it pops out of its butt. Ah, yes. Hilarious. This would be Capcom. Cave Yellow missing to keep doing a lot of damage, otherwise you're basically doing nothing. I use a combination of using this technique and also smacking of the lasers, but right now we did too much damage, which forced the last of the rest techniques to be out. Thankfully. Itagami's technique, the Blizzard technique, and the final brush technique we got with Isu. Back on the shrine itself. Waku Shrine. Now, the technique itself doesn't really serve much purpose in this fight normally. However, if you use Blizzard on it while it's opening up, it's frozen, and then it will start taking a lot of damage, and it'll be stuck frozen. See, pretty much it basically locks itself from being closed. That's typically the ability you want to use when it's opened immediately. It basically leaves itself completely vulnerable to being attacked. Alright, let's see what's going to do now. You stupid moron. Okay, did it again. Missiles. Okay, Veil of Mist pretty much will save you from the missiles. I would recommend highly getting these missiles outright as soon as they get shot. Owie. Thank you. Oh, no you don't. Ha, you got zapped by lightning. Veil of Mist immediately. And now you've been frozen today. Ah, yes. Hilariousness aside, this is actually going really well for me. Thunderstorm. You know what? I want a Power Slasher. I missed by an inch. Well, that sucks. I just need to shoot one shot at you and you're dead. There we go. 2 shots was enough to kill you. The 4th phase is done. Not bad, Furball. Well, you know what the drill. Let's have one of those famous victory howls of yours. Nani? You're not supposed to be here. A figment of her imagination. And with that, the ultimate evil is fully revived. This is Yami's final form. Ah, that furball's always spacing out like that. Ami can't get anything done without my help. Is that doggy crying somewhere, sis? Is that why the sunshine has disappeared? Sob. I haven't seen that doggy for a while now. Am I saying there's no such thing as gods cause all this? Snowy, the whole digging king. I never dreamt that you were a god. You're gonna make Hayabusa a nervous wreck if you don't get that sun shining again soon. Amaterasu, thanks to you, we can protect our village by ourselves. But you must be strong and triumph over evil. For the canine warriors so dearly wish to see you once more. That god sure was burning with passion. I don't know what happened, but if that mongrel doesn't come out from his hiding, I'll have to send him a really big one to reignite that passion. Oh, so that wolf really was a god. Perhaps I should have made an offering of my bamboo ware. It may be my fault that the sun has ceased to shine. Who would have ever thought that rascal was really Shiranui reborn? My, how'd that god love my cherry cakes? Could this darkness be caused by hunger? Chirp. Uh-oh. The boss is praying? Snowy, did something happen to you? Why has the sun suddenly disappeared? Fido won't roll over and play dead for evil. No brother of mine would dream of it! Ha 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 ha! Something in your brushwork touches the heart, Isu. You never abandoned your life as an artist, after all. When one tries to master something, it ends in either success or failure. But it is the attempt itself where you find the true value. Believe in your own power and walk your own path. Isun, I see you have finally heeded your calling. Your resolve is plain to see in your drawing. It has the power to move people's hearts and inspire their faith in the gods. Amaterasu, their faith shall be your power. He did it! My grandson did it! Look at the spirit behind this beautiful brushwork. He truly deserves the title of Celestial Envoy. It's work like this that can show the true glory of the gods and guide people to the right path. There's one thing I'm sure of, Amaterasu. You found a much better companion than I ever could be. Okay, everyone, I know it's kind of hard to see in this darkness, but get a load of my latest work. Isun, the Wandering Artist, presents his interpretation of the great god Amaterasu. Can you hear me, Yami? You're not floundering about without me, are you? Are you? You gotta pull yourself together. I finally chose my path, and I have the resolve to see it through. I've started to roam the land as your missionary, but you gotta take care of things on your end too. Don't look so sad. Just psych yourself up like we always did, remember? Oopsie, I almost forgot. Check these out, everyone. It's the great god Amaterasu descending from the heavens. Pretty good, huh? Ami was smiling down from the sky just a little while ago. Something must have disturbed the furball's concentration, though. That's why the world has gone dark. Without Ami, we can't take a refreshing nap outdoors. Rice won't grow. Plants and flowers will wither. Laundry won't dry. Monsters will roam about like they own the place. In other words, our world will be a total mess. No one wants to live in a world like that, especially me. So come on, everybody. Let's join together to call upon the great god. Let's show Ami that we truly believe. Put your hands together and pray. Let's make our gratitude obvious. I mean, we shouldn't pray only when we want something. We should consider how the gods must feel once in a while. We should even take on some of their burden. If you pray with all your heart, maybe the sun will cheer up and show itself once again, lighting our world with its heavenly glow. After all, the best thing about the great god Amaterasu is that happy-go-lucky spirit. Right, Ami? Answer if you can hear me, you big furball! A god's power relies on its faith. And the gods weren't believed in for over 100 years in a while. But now, with Isun's paintings, our faith with God Amaterasu is being restored. Amaterasu! What a long and winding road it's been, Majari. But at last, our arch nemesis Yami, the Dark Lord who brought darkness upon the land of mortals, has been annihilated for all eternity. I must say, I was really surprised by your little bouncing friend. You couldn't have done it without him. That tickles. Downhill? You're gonna lick me to death. Well, Amaterasu, time to embark onto an even stormier seas. Making the world a better place is never easy. You must return to Celestial Plane and set things in order. Only then can you usher in a new age of peace to the mortal world. Our journey is far from over, Majari. Now, full speed ahead! First stop, the Celestial Plane. The path to the heavens, eh? Kinda sounds like fun. Do you remember when I said the first time I met you, Ami? There's no stopping me once I've made up my decision. So I'm going, Furball, and there's no way you're gonna stop me. I'm gonna pull out all the stops and inspire people's faith in you. You're gonna have more believers than you know what to do with. You'll see. Until then, take care of yourself, ya big furball. So ends the journey of Okami HD. I had a lot of fun doing this. There were some moments that drove me insane, but to whichever end, I'm pretty sure straight beat drive anyone insane. But let's go on to, well, my thoughts on the game. So, Okami HD, story-wise, is definitely one of my more favorite looking games in the series. It definitely has its own flavor towards its own Japanese mythos and mythology by adding Amaterasu into the mix, especially the wolf goddess in the story, because technically speaking, Amaterasu is just a sun goddess. But besides that, Ami as a character is a lot more lackadaisical, tends to be hard-headed, literally hard-headed Ami, makes sense. But besides that, Ami's a very interesting character. Isun and Ami really go hand in hand together. Another thing is how the story progressed. I'll separate them based on each arc. Arc 1 was basically to talk about Kamiki and Orochi's legend. Then it was also talking about the fact of how dealing with the legend of Orochi after being revived 100 years later. Of course, he was just gathering power after being sealed away, after being beaten by Nagi. And then Arc 2 was technically considered the Emperor Arc of the Mist, where we had to deal with the Emperor nonsense of dealing with Blade. Blade himself is not exactly an interesting character. He really was one-noted. The next thing after that was Arc 3, which is considered the Arc of Ninetales, which is, of course, Evil Rao and whatnot like that. And to be fair, though, that arc can be very screwy, especially when two foxes don't exactly point out the fact that their flow of finisher is dang kills. Dang power slash of all things. But besides that, characters in Arc 3 are a lot more interesting than characters in Arc 2, though, because we really don't get to talk much besides Rao in the beginning, seeing Waka again, and whatnot. Arc 4 would be considered the arc where he first started with Kamui. And Kamui's arc is definitely a lot more of the finale endpoint of the game. I definitely did enjoy a lot of the areas in the game, and Oki finally realizing his potential and learning that why Kukunai would not awaken is definitely a great character point. There are other things as well, like Tsunui popping in from the past in order to help the future, which makes sense because if the past doesn't help the future, then there is no future. Especially given the fact there are certain moments that required Ami's help. Shiranui was definitely at his peak back then. Yes, by the way, Shiranui and Ami are technically separate characters. In a way, they're typically speaking like incarnations. Of course, then there was the end of everything else against Yami as the final boss. Yami design-wise is an interesting concept and needs a multiple-based boss fight. Yami itself, though, has no real character besides what we got. Which is a shame given the fact that even though Okami does try to make it pop like, oh, Akuro of all things. Yeah, I don't really see it all that much, and I don't really care. But besides that, there really isn't much to say about that in particular. But besides that, I will say that, graphically speaking, the game is definitely a good update from the original Wii version. A lot of things have definitely been improved, such as the ending credits showing, well, everything has happened after Ami's left. Nika doing the volcanic incantations for Kamui. Otohime finally having her child with King Waka. The canine Kusa 5 finally doing their job. You can even see Eastern in the Wind if you really want to think about it. Besides that, there's a lot of character moments that are definitely fun. Susanoo is definitely a fun character to introduce to. And other characters are also pretty fun, although we didn't really get to know Rao that well, given the fact that, well, the one we were dealing with was a fake. But besides that, a new life and definitely a new journey awaits us someday else. Thank you all so much for watching. And let us talk to who has been explaining the story so far. And that concludes this most secret of tales. Well then, I'd say that's enough storytelling for today. This story contains the hopes and dreams of many fine people. Keep it close to your heart and cherish it. What's that? You want to know why I alone know this tale and that no one knows? You listened to the whole story and never figured it out. You missed the whole point! Jeez, what's wrong with you? I suppose I'll have to tell you the whole story all over again. You best learn to show my brush the respect it deserves. Anyway, I'm tired. Let's call it a day. First, if you're eager to hear more, I can tell you the rest of this story some other time. Until then, do your best to live up to the heroes I told you about. It's time to roll this scroll up and give it a title. Okami Amaterasu's Adventures. Come back again, okay? Until next time. And I literally mean it. Until next time, everyone, for the next LP.